Today's sports coverage of the National Football League brings us to historic Baltimore, Maryland, and M&T Bank Stadium. The two teams emerging from their respective tunnels a minute ago to the approval of this Baltimore crowd. They're all set as their Ravens will match up with the Tennessee Titans. The NFL season has hit high gear, and off we go in Week 11 on EA Sports. Now this will make it into the end zone. And ultimately cannot get this out to the 25-yard line as he's dropped at the 23.
At their own 23-yard line.
Check. Watch 54. Watch the pass. Watch the pass.
They'll run for the first time with J.K. Dobbins. And he's got it past the 30 before he's hit and dropped. 10 yards there to start the drive, and just enough by about the length of the football for a first down.
First and 10 at the 33-yard line.
So they'll come up first and 10 now from the 33. Right back to Dobbins on first. That one good for 10 yards. And that'll bring up a second and just about a few inches here.
He brought him down.
Last week, of course, the great performance, over 200 yards. He still wants to be fed.
And they should. That's exactly what you should do. I have not yet met a running back that's run for over 200 yards that says the very next week, hey, let's back things up.
Yeah, I don't need it as much.
No, they want it more and more. They're going to be ready to go because they think that's going to happen naturally now.
And the former Heisman winner, this is Mark Ingram. And he'll be brought down right at the 45-yard line. 2 yards, good enough for first. These two teams, of course, the Titans and Ravens, met in the postseason a year ago. And really, along with the Titans win the previous week in Foxborough, it was one of the shockers of the postseason. The Titans a 6th seed on the road. The Ravens, they were the top seed, riding a 12-game win streak and coming off the first-round bye. But that game was all Tennessee. They led 28-6 at one point, ultimately winning 28-12 and sending them on to the AFC title game in Kansas City. So operating from Tennessee territory now. Here's first and 10 at the 38. Give him a couple on the carry there. 2nd and 8.
Well, every now and then we have to let a cliche fly, partner. And in this case, what do they say in the NFL? Your best ability is off your availability. And this is an extremely durable kid coming out of Ohio State. Carried the ball every time they even thought about running it. Wore down defenses and able to break big runs late in games. J.K. Dobbins going to Baltimore, an absolute perfect fit.
Give him 3 on the run there. Now they're looking at a 3rd and about 5.
Now 3rd and 5.
He can run for it, and he will. Well, this is going to depend on the spot, but it's not a very generous one. He looks to be about a yard or so short.
A gain of 4. Brings up 4th down and 1.
So on 4th down, here's the Ravens Pro Bowl kicker Justin Tucker out onto the field. From the left hash, this from 46. And his kick is absolutely perfect. And the Ravens strike first at 3's in. So the opening drive does yield points, maybe not the 7 they wanted, but they'll take the 3.
Accumulating first downs does not go up on the scoreboard, but it does go into the DNA of a team that's trying to establish itself to start a game. That has to feel pretty good for them. They'll take the 3.
Yeah, they had 3 first downs and 3 points.
On the return, the Titans take over first and 10 at their own 20-yard line.
Tannehill and the Titans come up now first and 10 at their own 20-yard line. Now a first carry for Derrick Henry. And he's got it past the 30 before he's hit and dropped. Give him 13 yards on the opening play of the drive and also give him a first down.
A gain of 13
Nice carry there by Derrick Henry. Picks up a first down. And when you say workhorse, you're thinking about Derrick Henry. Won the rushing title in 2019 with 1,540 yards on the ground and 16 rushing touchdowns. Went to his first Pro Bowl and carried his team to the AFC Championship game.
From the 32 now, here's 1st and 10. This is Henry. 5 yards on the carry. Good pickup on first down.
Tackle made at the 38-yard line.
If you start assessing what went wrong last week, Charles, in their loss, had nothing to do with the ground game. They ran it well.
And you also have to say to yourself as a team, don't go away from what worked. That's not the reason the game was lost. Running the football over time, when you do it consistently, usually translates into wins.
And they're hoping to do it consistently here. Tannehill throwing complete to Davis. And he's going to be taken down with the first down at the Ravens 43. 19 yards the pickup there. Move the chains.
And the Titans first down.
So in Raven territory now. Here's a 1st and 10 at the 43. Tannehill with a play fake to Henry. He'll throw instead. Into heavy traffic, and it's intercepted. It's Chuck Clark picking it off. And he will bring this all the way back out to midfield.
Tannehill's.
Oh, man, Brandon, not a real good throw that time. It looked like he tried to put a little too much air under this one, and it turned into a floater. And defensively, this is a dream. He could have fair caught that one. That was way too easy.
And he'll lose yardage here, back at the 47. A loss of a full 3 yards, and now it's 2nd down.
And the big fella stuffed that one up in a big way. I think doubling him has to be a priority because you can't move up to the next level if you don't take care of him first.
So now they have to contend with 2nd and 13 after the first down run goes backwards. And they went the wrong way there. Losing yardage back at the 43-yard line. That's a big loss of 3, and it brings up 3rd down. So time to start going in the other direction as they come up now 3rd and long. From the gun, it's Jackson. He's going deep for Brown. Into heavy traffic, and it's intercepted. Picked by Kevin Byard. And he's got some space here. Past the 20, 10, and he's going to score. It's a Titans touchdown. They were in the dime. They had 6 defensive backs there, so go ahead and throw it. He threw it, and it hurt him.
It's almost thrown into a blanket of coverage, isn't it? You talk about the best defenders you have are the defensive backs. 6 of them on the field. You're almost asking for trouble, and that's exactly what they ran into. Ended up throwing a pick 6.
Yeah, 6 defenders and 6 points. So they'll get another shot on offense following that pick 6. And now the kick is away. And this will make it into the end zone. And he'll be stopped right around where he would have been had he gone down to a knee. Maybe a yard shy of there at the 24.
24-yard line.
The Raven offense set at the line for this next drive. And, you know, it's certainly a lot of football left to play. We're not into December yet, but right now where we stand, they're in first place in their division, looking really good and looking to be a threat come January.
You know, you want those early holiday shoppers, you want those guys get your list done because I think about what every team has on their holiday shopping list right now. What's the number 1 goal? Make the playoffs. Number 2, win your division. Number 3, and I think the biggest goal of all, try to get the number 1 seed so you get that first round bye and ensure you don't have to go anywhere in January and hopefully get to the Super Bowl that way.
And he's going to be taken down here with a penalty flag on the field.
It's a party now. Slam,
From the gun, Jackson. Pressure comes, and the Titans able to bring him down. Harold Landry, he's the one that got home and takes him down for a loss of 9. So after the sack, a scenario you certainly don't work on too often. 2nd and 24. 6-3 is our score after 1. It's the NFL on EA Sports.
Ravens 3.
So after the sack, a scenario you certainly don't work on too often. 2nd and 24. Jackson from the shotgun. That's complete. It's Devin Duvernay.
Jackson's pass.
And he'll be brought down right around the 37. They get 14 back, but it leads now to a 3rd down. That ball caught. It's Mark Andrews, the tight end. And they're going to mark him down short, maybe by about a yard, if that.
A gain of 9.
One of the money routes for any offense, the drag route. So tough to defend because the receiver...
And now on 4th and 1, it's a fake. And the gamble pays off. They get the first. Anxious moments there on the fake, but they do get just enough to pick up the first down. This offense finding its legs now. Here's another 1st and 10. Jackson on the give to Dobbins. And he'll be brought down right at midfield after a gain of only a couple.
Certainly a nice job there by the defense rallying to the football and getting him on the ground. But I think the play gets made by the defensive front because if they can't get upfield, their job is to go ahead and get low, almost get into a ball sometimes. Back things up and make it difficult for the runner to find a hole.
The last run good for 2. Here's 2nd and 8. Now the Ravens going to use one of their timeouts. They'll have 2 remaining as we step aside here in this 2nd quarter. The Titans going to use the first of their timeouts. They'll have 2 remaining as we step aside here in this 2nd quarter. And look at this, the punt team is out there. Somebody better give them the memo that it's 2nd down. He was only asked to punt once in the victory last week as he sends this one away. And no one there to stop it. Hits at the 8, but it carries all the way into the end zone for a touchback. Titans offense set to begin the drive. And there are parts of their last drive they'd like to emulate. And, of course, they'd like to forget the inning, the interception. But they did put together, Charles, a nice sustained drive to get them down the field.
Yeah, and unfortunately for them, the only thing that matters is part 2, right? Because once they threw the interception and finished off the drive, that does them no good to go back and say, well, you know, we had a good one going. Finish things off. That's the only way you can get it done.
2nd and 1 at the 29-yard line.
Up at the 29 now, they'll head to the line, 2nd and a yard. pitch to Henry. And he's able to get out to the 32, brought down there. They'll get 3 as the drive continues. It's a first down.
A gain of 3 on the play.
2nd and 1, and people want to run the football.
Tennessee.
This is where every back in the league is supposed to do exactly what we just saw there. Pick up the first down.
From the 32 now, here's 1st and 10. From the gun, here's Tannehill. And that is caught on the right sideline, but out of bounds, says the line judge.
Derrick Henry.
The throw took him a little too far. It's 2nd down.
Covered by
Certainly appeared to take away his first read, and by the time he tried to look elsewhere and find an open target, the coverage was too good. That one falls incomplete.
Here's 2nd and 10 now from about the 32. Back to throw, Tannehill. They set up the screen for Henry. Oh, he's got some breathing room. And they'll get this well past midfield before being stopped just before the 35. That goes for a gain of 31.
First down.
That's why you call a screen. You want to catch a defense over-committing. Plenty of space available, and that matched up perfectly. What a convoy he got downfield to pick up big yardage on that play.
Rolling to his right. Now he'll let it go deep. Got a man. It's caught at the 6-yard line. And he will reach the 5-yard line before going out of bounds. A gain of 32 that time. Well, they've got 3 tight ends here on 1st and goal to add some extra mass. They'll try to run forward with Henry. And the hole closes quickly here. He can fight only to about the 4. It's a gain of a yard, and it'll set up 2nd and goal.
It's a gain of a yard.
Be interesting to see now what they do offensively down near the goal line after not much there that time.
As the offensive play caller, that may change your sequence now. Instead of coming right back with a running play, you may have to go to the air.
And it's caught in the end zone. Touchdown, Tennessee. Jonnu Smith, his 3rd touchdown now on the year. And the Titans are able to extend their lead. Bouncing back nicely from that bad opening drive where he threw the interception. Drive number 2 leads him right down the field and into the end zone.
So obviously his confidence was never lost, and that's a good thing to see. Great quality to have, and you absolutely must maintain that as a quarterback. But I have to think that they're probably still on the script that they prepared for this game. Just the 2nd drive. They've worked on these plays all week in practice. Put them to good use on that one.
The kickoff team on the field now as they will send this one away. And that one will bounce out of the back of the end zone, so we will start here at the 25. The Baltimore offense at the line, set to get going. It's been very much a slow start for them. 3 drives and just the 3 points, CD.
Yeah, if you're into the points per drive ratio, that answer is 1. And that's not going to get it done in a ball game. They've got to find a way to finish these drives in end zones, not having balls go through goalposts.
At the 30-yard line.
Ball on the 30. They'll come up with a 2nd and 5. To throw is Jackson. And this one taken in on the right sideline, but not in the field of play. They say it's incomplete. The throw led him a little too far. It brings up 3rd down. The Ravens on 3rd down. 0 for 3 to this point. They could use a conversion. This will be 3rd and 5. And he won't be close to a first down as he runs into a wall right around the line of scrimmage. Call it no gain on the keeper, and it's going to bring up a 4th down. Here's Sam Cook now as he'll punt it away for the 2nd time. It'll be 37 yards there on the punt, and it'll be Titan football.
The Titans take over 1st and 10. At their own 34-yard line.
The Titans offense set to begin the drive. And for them, a touchdown their last go-around. Obviously, they'll be hoping to do that again.
And when you start plotting for this drive, when you start thinking to yourself, okay, what are we going to do? You don't go away from what you did before because that worked, but you have to be prepared for wrinkles and counters because you know they'll make some adjustments.
On the throw.
Got out of the pocket. Didn't look like he had anybody open, Charles, so just gets rid of it.
And a good play by him. If no one's open and you don't have a running lane that you want to take, make the right choice. Get rid of it. Live to fight another down.
From the 34, they'll come to the line on 2nd and 10.
49, guys. Mike, 49. Three butt.
Out of the gun, Tannehill. 1:57 to go in this first half on EA Sports. A reminder, once we hit halftime, as we do all season, we'll send it down to Jonathan Coachman in Orlando. He'll have all the stats and scores from games in progress around the NFL.
The best multitasker in the business, the coach.
And he'll be brought down with the first down and a late flag here, too. And he may get a few more tacked on for good measure. Going to use the second of their timeouts. So that means they're down to one remaining here as we head toward halftime. So the face mask, quite a blessing there as they'll start out of harm's way with a 1st and 10. Now Tannehill. On the screen, this is Evans. He's got a first down and much more inside the 20. And finally wrestled down at the 8-yard line. That one goes for 24 yards.
At the 8-yard line.
That was a beautifully executed screen pass. They let the rushers get upfield and get the escorts in front, meaning the offensive linemen, other blockers out in front, completed the pass beautifully. So now you've got all that open space.
And now he lost the football. Tannehill loses it. We hear them discuss red zone efficiency a lot, CD, and they almost gave that one up in the red zone. Luckily, they'll have another shot.
And you and I both know that every offensive coordinator, play caller in the league, they take particular delight in their red zone calls because those are the payoff ones. But you can't call a play if your team doesn't have the ball.
Into heavy traffic, and it's intercepted. Picked off by Marlon Humphrey. And he'll be brought down at his own 10-yard line. Charles, not only is that an interception, it's one when you were really knocking on the door for a touchdown inside the red zone.
You're actually thinking points. No matter what, at worst, you're thinking kicking a field goal and getting 3. We might look back on this in the second half and say, you remember when they didn't get points on that drive? This could cost them.
He's going deep for Brown. And the defense has it covered. It's intercepted. Picked by Kevin Byard.
You're trailing. You're trying to get points late in half. I absolutely understand that. But remember, it's all about the ball. And without the ball, you can't get those points. They just turned it over.
Now you got to be careful because that deficit can get a little bigger on the other side with that good field position they just took over with. So here's a 1st and 10 at the 38. After the interception, here's Tannehill. And this will be incomplete. Physical play on the football there at 2nd down.
That was nice work there defensively to force incompletion. Now, even though this drive started in plus territory, they're still not field goal range yet. So they can work towards another couple of stops and not allowing that turnover to hurt.
They work again from the 38 on 2nd and 10. A shotgun snap for Tannehill. And for the 3rd time here in this half, it's intercepted. It's Chuck Clark picking it off. And he's able to get it back to right around the 27. Second straight drive now here, Charles, that have ended with an interception.
And I just wonder, because I don't think it's going to rattle him necessarily, but I also wonder if it's going to nerve him a little bit. Does it lead to another one? Or does he find a way to pull it together and become sharp again?
Oh, for the 3rd time, Jackson going to be intercepted. Picked by Kevin Byard. And he'll bring this one back to the 29. Well, this is just crazy. He's got 3 interceptions, Charles, and we haven't even departed the first half of this ball game.
I think if you're looking at the stats right now, you're saying, all right, who's the leading receiver? Well, can you flip it around and say that maybe he is? It could be for the game the way that things are going right now. I think if it's him, he wants to be on the field at all times.
And Tennessee going to use the second of their timeouts as they'll stop it with 17 seconds to go in this first half of action.
At the Ravens' 30-yard line.
Had the completed pass, but for no gain, stopped right at the line, so it's 2nd and 10. Tannehill. He's going to wind up and air it out. And that's going to be incomplete. 12 seconds left.
Khalif Raymond. Incomplete. It's
The chance of wasting this great starting field position. A real threat. This is 3rd and long. Tannehill. He's going deep for Brown. And his pass is intercepted for the 4th time today. It's Chuck Clark picking it off. And his guys have got it back at the closing stages of the first half.
intercepted. The Ravens take over 1st and 10 at their own 19-yard line.
The Raven offense set at the line for this next drive. Time here for likely one play, then off to the locker room, and they're going to have some adjustments to make.
They certainly will, and I think a lot of people are thinking to themselves, all right, take the knee, get out of here, regroup. But how will the head coach and his staff approach halftime? Will it be angry? Will it be clinical? Will they be calm? Will they just let it all out? Who knows? I'm going to be a fly on the wall for this one, though.
The Titans hold the lead, and they'll get the football first as the 3rd quarter gets underway. This will make it into the end zone. And a good return as he'll be stopped just shy of the 30-yard line.
On the return, the Titans take over 1st and 10 at their own 29-yard line.
Tannehill and the Titans come up now 1st and 10, just shy of the 30. He'll start with a give to Henry. 1st down and much more for Henry. And all the way out to the 46. Successful start to the drive, 17 yards, and moves the sticks.
17 yards.
I'm not sure how much more evidence they need, partner, than to understand that if they don't start to slow him down, it's going to be a long afternoon here at the stadium because he is just shredding them at this point. And let's face it, coming into the game, they knew he would be the focal point of their attack. This is going to take an 11-man unit on the defensive side to start making plays.
It's a 6-yard pickup, but it gets him to 2nd and 4.
It's a pickup of 6.
Well, you certainly have to give a little credit here because they are playing this game now at their pace. This is ball control football, sustained runs, taking their time, and making it work.
6 yards on that last play. Here's 2nd and 4. To throw is Tannehill. Firing quickly here, and that's complete. And he is tackled inside the 40, not quite to the 35. He was held without a catch in the first half, but he's got one here, and he also picks up a 1st down. 1st and 10, and they've got 3 tight ends out there. A jumbo package look. Now the rookie runner from App State, it's Darrington Evans. And this time they were waiting for him as he'll be knocked down before he can get back to the line of scrimmage.
Tackle made back at the 39-yard line.
Now on 2nd and 13, Tannehill. He's going to go for a big play downfield. And he bats it away, and it falls down incomplete.
Well, you got to think that sooner or later, they're going to hit one of those, but the coverage has been excellent thus far, and it was again on the last play.
An incomplete pass on that last play, and that means they'll need to come up with something here on 3rd down. Here's Tannehill. He's going to go up top again. Got a man, and it's taken in for a Titans touchdown. Cameron Batson, his first touchdown on the year. And the Titans are going to add on to their lead. And now the Raven defense going to call a timeout. It's just their first, so 2 remaining as they burn one here in this third quarter. The point after try for Gostkowski. He missed one earlier, remember, but this time he gets it to go.
The score, Titans 20, Ravens 3.
Set now to kick this one away, and off it goes. This will make it into the end zone. And he'll be brought down shy of the 20, so the decision to bring it out of the end zone, not a good one.
At their own 18-yard line.
Now problems right out of the gate. We're going to get a delay.
a little bit. Little bit. You ain't talking big. Get out my way a little bit.
I feel the master. I feel it. Y'all ready? They ready? Come on. Come on. Y'all ready? They ready? We ready? We ready? Come on. We ready? We ready?
Play clock down to 0, and this is not the way to start a drive. And that'll set them back 5.